The Middle East conflict showed further signs of spreading after the Israeli military said it detected a missile launch from Yemen toward Israeli territory. Air raid sirens sounded in parts of Israel, including the Tel Aviv area, while air defense systems were activated to intercept the threat. The military said the interception effort came hours after Israeli strikes on military targets in western and central Iran, and Iran's missile attack on northern Israel. Israel appears to have launched retaliatory strikes against Iran, with Iranian state broadcaster IRIB reporting multiple explosions in Tehran, Tabriz, and Isfahan. The reported attacks come hours after Iran fired ballistic missiles toward northern Israel and despite repeated calls from US President Donald Trump for restraint. As of now, there has been no official Israeli statement on the reported operation. The Middle East is once again on edge after Iran launched ballistic missiles toward Israel in its first direct bombardment since the April ceasefire. Missile trails were seen crossing skies over Iran, Jordan, southern Lebanon, and the occupied West Bank, hours after Israeli strikes hit Beirut's southern suburbs.
In response to the large-scale crimes committed by the usurping Zionist regime in southern Lebanon, including the mass killing and displacement of the oppressed people of Tyre, Nabatea, and other areas, including Beirut Dahiyeh, Ramat David Air Base, the point of origin of these acts of aggression, was targeted by the IRGC Aerospace Force's ballistic missiles. A short while ago, the Iranian terrorist regime launched missiles toward the territory of the State of Israel. We were prepared for this. The IDF is strongly prepared in defense and strong in offense. The air defense systems are deployed throughout the country. At this hour, the Chief of Staff is conducting a situation assessment with the General Staff Forum and approving plans for the continuation.
Iran says the attack was retaliation for Israel's strike on Beirut's Dahiyeh district. Iranian military footage showed missiles launching into the night sky, while videos from Jordan and southern Lebanon appeared to show the projectiles passing overhead. Israel says its air defenses intercepted the incoming missiles. The latest escalation began after Israel struck Beirut's southern suburbs, saying Hezbollah had fired rockets into northern Israel. Lebanon's health ministry says the strike killed 2 people and wounded 20 others. Images from the scene showed damaged residential buildings, rescue crews, and wounded civilians. Tehran is now warning of broader retaliation if Israel launches further attacks. The Revolutionary Guard says future responses could target American and Israeli interests across the region. The warning has raised fears that the Lebanon front could once again trigger a wider regional confrontation.
We had warned that if the crimes in Beirut Dahiyeh expand, we would attack targets within the occupied territories. The Zionist army must stop its attacks on southern Lebanon and Dahiyeh. Should it expand its attacks on that region or respond to Iran's action, it will face even more crushing and regrettable blows, and devastating attacks will be launched against the regime and its supporters.
Israel has called the missile attack a grave mistake and says it is prepared to respond.
The Iranian terrorist regime made a grave mistake when it once again chose terrorism. The regime is trying to create a new equation by carrying out a direct attack against us in response to IDF strikes in Dahiyeh. We will not allow this. We attacked in the Dahiyeh following Hezbollah's unceasing fire toward the communities of the north. The IDF will continue to operate throughout Lebanon and will deepen the damage to the Hezbollah terrorist organization. We will not allow continued fire toward the citizens of the State of Israel.
But US President Donald Trump reportedly urged Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu not to retaliate further and return to diplomacy. With multiple ceasefires under strain, fears of a wider Middle East conflict are growing once again. With Israeli strikes reported inside Iran, Iranian missiles targeting Israel, renewed violence in Lebanon, and a fresh missile threat emerging from Yemen, the crisis is now stretching across multiple fronts. Regional powers remain on high alert as military operations continue and diplomatic efforts struggle to keep pace. As of now, fears are growing that any further escalation could draw additional actors into a conflict that is already spreading beyond its original battlegrounds.
What?